Time is a precious thing, never wasted.
Hello, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel if this is your first time. This is a different kind of video. This is a video that's bouncing off the fact that today is World Mental Health Day, and I thought it'd be nice to do a video about mental health and to do a video that's encouraging people to be very positive and have a very positive mindset and some of the things that you can think about to allow yourself to do that. And I thought it'd be nice to use a 2-word acronym to bounce off. So we're going to bounce off some letters and we're going to create some words, and those words are things to springboard into a discussion about how to get the most out of life and have a very good, positive, satisfied life. Okay, so the 2-word acronym we're going to use is best, peace. Best, peace. So, you know, I'm clearly deliberately using those letters, but the best way to get that sense of peace that comes from being happy and content. Okay, so the first word we're going to look at is balance. Balance. Now, balance, the reason why I say balance is that we get loads of obligations through our life, and if you're not retired yet, which some of you may be that were watching this, if you're not retired yet, you'll have a work life that you have to somehow balance with the things you want to do in your life. And the work-life balance is very important because sometimes employers will try and get everything out, eke every bit of energy out of you, and they'll demand all sorts of things, and they'll say, you know, you need to do this many shifts and this many days without a break, and you know, you need to kind of make sure that you don't get driven down with that stuff, and that you can own that a little bit and sort of claim your life back a bit. And if you have got some agency for that, then just in general, make sure that you're making the most out of the time that you're not at work to have that balance. So that's what I think is true for that. The E is energy. Energy is there because I think you can easily go through life and really struggle to get through the day, kind of float about in your free time, spend a lot of time in bed, and waste a whole day where you could have been doing things and getting that enrichment out of your life, but you're so tired, or you have got into a rut where you want to just stay in bed and not get out there, all that kind of stuff. And that energy level is really important, because if you can approach your day with a burst of energy, you will get more out of it. There's no doubt about it. So whatever you do to get that energy, then you got to kind of acknowledge that, I think, and make sure that that happens. So that's not just about your food and drink. Make sure you're dieting properly, that you're eating the right kind of thing, and you're getting the right kind of food and drink to get you energized. I personally also get energy from music, and that can get me going no end. You know, if I before I teach, usually I play something really energizing before they come in, so I'm ready to go. And equally, I used to be very successful at getting up straight away in the morning when we used to have a radio alarm, and it used to play songs, and the songs would get me up much better than just a boop, 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 boop alarm, you know. And, you know, for me, the rhythm of the songs and sort of the punchy melody, blah, 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 all that stuff, the instruments, that gives me energy. So, you know, you may have something like that in your life, and I'm just saying, acknowledge it and use it and get that energy, because I think it makes a huge difference to your day. The S is self-care. Now, self-care could be kind of obvious, but it's so obvious, so easy, sorry. It's so easy to not take care of yourself and to just, again, similar to that energy thing, just go through your day and not really think about what's best for you, and not necessarily give yourself the most, the kind of sleep you need, or to give yourself the rest that you need in between whatever it is you're doing, and not giving yourself that moment, the moment of of contentment and happiness that you want, and not eating properly. All those different things are part of self-care. Also, if you are someone that's on medication, take your medication. Go to the doctor if you need to go to the doctor. If there's something wrong, go to the doctors. I'm talking to myself as much as anybody else. I am not great at taking medicine, and now I'm in a position where I have to take medicine regularly, and you need to do it because you need to take care of yourself. And to paraphrase a very good friend of mine, MJ, hi MJ, take care of yourself so you can take care of others. You will be able to take care of others better if you are in a good state to be able to do that. But taking care of yourself is a big part of being happy and contented and having a good life. Okay, the T is thankfulness. Now, the reason why I say thankfulness, the reason why I really wanted to include something like this, is that, again, there are many, many things in our lives that we can be grateful for. And I'm not suggesting that you be grateful to a deity. I'm just saying that grateful in life, in general. I think it is a good approach to life, and it does foster a very positive spirit in yourself if you can be grateful for what life's given you, whatever reason it's been given to you, and whatever you believe, even if you think it's random, and it just happens that the circumstances giving you that, or decisions you've made or decisions other people have made, whatever you think has resulted in something happening in your life that's made you grateful. It's worth being grateful. It's worth acknowledging those things, not taking for granted. So you could be grateful for anything. It could be just the fact that you have your health, if you have that health, if you've got through a period where you didn't have that great health but you managed to get through it, that's something else to be grateful for. Whatever possessions you might have, there might be some things you might like the fact you have a roof above your head, you can afford food and drink and your rent, and simple things. You can be grateful and thankful for all sorts of things, even the simplest things. Some people have truly difficult hardships that they have to get through that sometimes we couldn't even comprehend, and sometimes we can make a big deal out of nothing sometimes, and there's usually something to be grateful for and to be thankful for, and again, I'm not saying be grateful to a particular thing or person, but to be grateful for the good things in life, basically. I think that's quite possible to do that, and I think it's a good positive approach. Okay, the next one, we're going into the peace bit now, and that is that's a weird E. Who likes that? I don't like that E. Perception. So perception's important because how you perceive your day, how you perceive your week, how you perceive your surroundings, your life, your family, your friends, anything, your perception of your life is a huge part of what you get out of it and whether or not you can appreciate the good stuff. So if you have low expectations, then you won't appreciate when something goes well. If you have a cynical outlook to anything that you're doing, you probably won't appreciate it going well. So perception is a huge thing. So try not to be cynical, try and be hopeful, try and be happy and maybe even relieved and maybe enthusiastic about something that's gone well, and actually acknowledge it in a big way and literally let it sink in. Let it sink in when something's gone well. And it's so easy to let the bad stuff sink in and dwell on that. Dwell on the good stuff. So that's my thing about perception. The next E, because there's 3 E's, the next E is I need to change that. Hold on. Experience. Now, the reason why I say experience is that I think that we learn from our experience. We are improved by our experience. It's like resilience. If something bad happens, then I think that, again, going back to the perception thing, we can learn from that experience and we can be a better person from that experience. And Resilience is a great thing when you have to get back up again after something bad's happened, or you've had some bad news, or you've had something you've needed to overcome. That always puts a new perspective on life. It can give you a more well-rounded personality. It can make you more adept at dealing with something similar later on. It can make you a stronger person. There's lots of ways that experience will help you to be a happier person and to love life more because you've had to go through something. I went through something pretty serious in my late teens that has allowed me to love life a lot more ever since. And genuinely, I know that I enjoy every day more because of something that happened in my past that was an experience that changed me. And I think that's a thing, that we can be better people and love life more from our experience. So resilience is a big one. I didn't use the R for resilience because I wanted to make a word. And then the next thing is achievement. Right, now achievement is about the small wins. I'm not saying that you need to like change the world and do something massive, but actually I think we don't acknowledge or enjoy the small things as often as we could. I think we take them for granted sometimes. And it could be silly things like managing to get the bus when it's running off and you need to kind of race a little bit to get it, or you find a bargain somewhere, or you bump into somebody and there's a little bit of synchronicity with something, or there's a beautiful moment where something happens, some symmetry happens in the day that makes it a little bit of a win because it benefited you somehow. Anything can be a win, silly little thing that can make you feel good about. Maybe let's talk about this channel and talk about BookTube and YouTube. Maybe you've made somebody's day. That's a win. It doesn't matter how big it was, whether or not you suddenly got 50 new subscribers or one person said one thing on your channel that made you feel good and thought, oh, that's nice. That affected someone in a positive way. Doesn't matter how big it is. The small wins are the things that really make our day. They're the things that make up our week. They're the things that culminate in our lives in general, the small wins. And then the C here in peace is for company. So company, I'm talking about friends. I'm talking about our best friends, our acquaintances, the people that we work with, our colleagues at work, the people that we haven't seen for ages but we still love them, the people we see all the time and possibly take for granted, and those people that are always there, that we always expect to be there, and we have these sort of standard conversations with, and we catch up with them. It's funny because if you don't see someone for ages, it's a very different conversation than the conversations you have with people you see every day. I don't know if you've noticed that, but that's kind of interesting. So the company you keep, your friends, the people that make you happy, the people that make you smile, the people that know you so well, they know how to make you laugh, they know what to say when things aren't going right, those people, and your family as well, because you'll have family members like that as well. So the company is really important as well. Keep the right kind of company. If something's not quite working like that, you don't have to have the same friends all your life. And there are people out there that will make you feel good and that you can make feel good as well. So there's a synchronicity with some people. There's a kinship that you will be able to find. And hopefully you've got that somewhere. And if you have got that somewhere, relish it, acknowledge it, and love it. Okay, and then the last thing, exhilaration. And what I'm saying with that, be excited, be enthusiastic, grab life by the balls and really enjoy it. Don't just kind of participate. That's what I'm trying to say here. So all of these things culminate in something where you can really take part in life, take part in conversations, take part in stuff that you want to get involved with, and don't just sit on the sidelines. Actually get excited about stuff and get excited about silly things as well. Why not? Get excited about something that you might think that someone would sort of put down and not see as valuable. But if you think it's valuable, get excited about it. Never see anything as a guilty pleasure. Get excited about it, because excitement is just much to do with enjoying life and getting the most out of life as all these other things. So there we are. Best peace. Stay curious, everybody.